right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another very special episode of Big Time, the podcast. I got two big timers, probably the two favorites, the two front runners for Miss Basketball for Gatorade Player of the Year. And for the first time this year, too, the Big Time Hoops MVP. It's a brand new award we're making up. We're going to give out this year. We're going to give out the Big Time Hoops MVP award. So these are probably two of the front runners for all those awards. We got Lizzy Gruber from, almost messed up right there, from Gardner. Lizzy from Gardner. They're from Oxford Hills. There's so much basketball going on right now. Like, it's just different schools all the time in my head. But Lizzy and Sierra are team captains. Girls, how you doing tonight?
Good.
My first question is, like, you girls told me you girls are probably the most entertaining duo out there. You guys are obviously really good friends. Like, at any point, you're like, hey, like, how about one of us gives up our captainship and let's just be in the same team? Like, did that cross your mind at all?
We talked about that. Anyway, I could draft Lizzy and she just drafts like 5 other people.
I don't want to be on Sierra's team.
Wow. Okay, there we go.
Oh, never mind. I was joking.
Yeah,
no, it's not happening.
I wonder if that was a possibility. If, like, maybe like there's a way you guys could draft each other to get on the same team, because it seems like you guys are pretty close.
I told Sierra I'm going to draft her mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you guys could take whoever you want. So we're gonna find out who you guys pick. We got a good little pool of players for you guys to pick from. The girls' side is really, really deep. Like, we had a hard time narrowing down the list, and we have like people on the waiting list in case something happens that we're trying to bump up to get in the game. So, and it's gonna be both of you guys' first times playing in this game, because you guys both missed out last year, right?
Yeah.
We were in Florida together.
I was gonna say, where were we? I knew we missed.
You guys were someplace warmer, having a good time, but you guys are both going to be there this year, and you guys are going to bring a bunch of friends with you. But before we get to that, we're recording on Sunday night, and we got a busy week of basketball coming up. So by the time this comes out, we're probably going to have our regional champs crowned. So we're probably going to know by the time this comes out if one of you guys is a regional champ and go to a state game. But real quick, Lizzy, you guys just had your first game. Was it Friday or Saturday? First round game, right?
Friday, yeah.
How we feeling? Number 1 overall seed?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. There's not really much more you can ask for than that. We're having a great time with every minute. Being the 1 seed, there's a lot of pressure that comes along with it, but we've earned that pressure and we're really excited.
I got to ask you, because I never played in Augusta. I played in Bangor, but people swear by Augusta, saying it's the best venue. And I think there was actually an article that came out in the paper this week, people saying that Augusta is like the best tournament venue. What is it about Augusta that's so great?
Well, for us, I think that it's just so close to home. We travel 10 minutes down the road and you're there. Everyone else has to travel so far, except for like Coney. But I mean, we're basically playing right in our town. And there's such an atmosphere in that gym. Like, the student sections are located so perfectly. I went to Portland to watch for like one of the first times last year. And I felt like the student sections are really far away from each other. But to have that little atmosphere and then I just love playing in the City Center. There's something special about it. Yeah, it's always great.
Speaking of like just being in the area, one team you might match up with is somebody you've already played twice this year, and they played you well. Lawrence is also in the area. Is that what we're looking at for a possible championship game on? I don't know if it's going to be Friday or Saturday, but you guys kind of looking ahead? Is that who we're going to see down the road?
Yeah, on Friday. We're hoping that everything works out for us, and then on their part, it's probably going to be Lawrence. And we're looking to make that make our Friday game. And we had great games with them the whole time. We always have. We've played really well against them since literally like 4th grade. We've played them in every championship game you could ever imagine. And to play them one last time, like, it could be our very last game, it could be our second to last game, would just be like the cherry on top.
It's awesome. And Lawrence got a couple girls too that are going to be participating in All-Star Weekend. We got Hope Bouchard, who's an All-Star. She's available to draft tonight. And we got Maddie Provost, who's also going to be partaking in the Rising Stars game. So we got a couple of Lawrence girls that'll be there for All-Star Weekend. And then we got Sierra, who's already got a gold ball, going for gold ball number 2. You guys won your opening round game, right? So you guys got Bangor on, when is it, Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, we play Hamden.
Oh, I thought you guys played Bangor next round.
No, it's Bangor, Cheverus, and then us and Hamden.
Okay, so that's another good matchup. So you're gonna match up with a very good individual player in Bellin McLaughlin, another good team there, but chasing another gold ball. So what can we expect by the time this comes out? We're gonna know if this happens or not. But kind of looking down the road, looking at Hamden, possibly Cheverus later on this week. How you guys feeling?
I think we're feeling good. We've had like a full week of practice with Pell and all the coaches. They've done so much scouting and put in offenses, new out of bounds plays just to prepare for anything. So I think we just got to go in and play our game because we have anything for any situation. We just got to play our game, especially on the big court. Hopefully everyone can adjust well.
Yeah, so you guys play in Portland, different venue.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and people that play in Portland swear by Portland. So what is it about the Portland venue that's so great?
See, honestly, if it was me saying that, I would say Augusta, but because it's just so far, like Lizzy said, they're just so far from each other and everything. But still, there's like huge venue. Every team brings out a great crowd, so the energy is always great. But the one thing is those lights are blinding when you're under the hoop. But I'm excited.
Yeah, and you got a teammate who's available to be drafted tonight too. We got Ella Pelletiers in the draft pool. So how much time and effort did you guys put into game planning here? Because when I did the boys draft last week, after the first pick, everything went out the window. Like their game plans were just gone because the guy got the pick that the other guy wanted, and it was a bit of a shit show from there. So how much time and effort did you guys put into game planning for tonight?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I just know, and I feel pretty confident in my team already. I feel like Sierra's gonna forget about some people, and I'm gonna just snatch her before she can even think about it.
This is very interesting too, because typically, like, you either want to build around a big or you want to build around a guard. And we got a guard as one captain and a big as the other captain. And
I was
I really
hoping
like
she was
if you
gonna
guys,
forget about himself.
if you guys could pick each other, you probably would, because it's probably where you want to build your team around. So like what direction are you guys going? You're just gonna pick the best available, or you going with teammates? What can we expect? Expect the unexpected, maybe?
Yeah, it's gonna go all around. You never know.
I agree with that. I think, yeah. I
I just want to know who your first pick's gonna be.
Oh, you're gonna see, Sierra. You're gonna see.
So we gotta figure out who's gonna get the first pick. And I just trying to think of a fun way to do it. And I got nothing. So I'm just gonna pick an odd or even number, and I'll let Lizzy pick if it's odd or even. And then we'll see who gets the number one pick that way. So odd or even.
I'm gonna say even.
It was 3.
Oh,
Odd numbers. So Sierra's gonna get the number one pick.
damn! I was expecting to go into this with second pick.
The way we're gonna do it is a snake draft. So Sierra will get the first pick, and then Lizzy, you're gonna get 2 picks, and then Sierra will get 2 picks, and then Lizzy will get the last pick. So it's not bad getting the second pick, because you get to pick you get 2 out of 3 basically. So
Okay.
here we go. Let's see. For the first pick in this year's All-Star draft, Sierra, you're on the clock.
I know. Okay, my first pick. I gotta go Addison.
Okay. And Addison was popular in the preseason polls when I pinged the players and stuff like that. Like she was a popular choice amongst her peers for a lot of different awards. So what is it about Addison? Why are you going with Addison? And she's also a potential opponent in the state championship if things line up. You might have to go through each other to win a gold ball. So what is it about Addison?
So obviously she's a great player. She sharpshooter. She's just defensively long and athletic, but she just always brings great energy. So I think no matter what, she can make a team better with that energy she brings, not just like her talent individually. So I think she could do it for the team.
Lizzy, you upset? Was she potentially a number one pick for you? Or is your
Yeah.
pick still on the board?
Yeah. I'm not gonna show my emotion because that's what she wants.
I know deep down she's torn.
Yeah, now I'm gonna like think into my deep scouting that I did. And I mean that does throw a little wrinkle, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'm still pretty confident in Team Lizzy.
So you get the next 2 picks. So we'll start with the first one. Who's going to be your first pick for Team Lizzy?
I'm looking at my notes. So let me just look into those.
Make sure you're looking at the girls' draft notes, not the boys' draft.
She's gonna say it.
Yeah, if we were drafting the boys, Sierra would have forgotten about all of them, and I had such a good team lined up.
She doesn't even know.
Well, you know what we could do? We'll circle back around after the girls draft, and you girls could do your boys draft. We'll just do it for fun.
My first pick is gonna be Ella Pelletier.
Oh, the teammate.
Oh, okay.
Snatched her
Yeah,
right
you
under
thought
your
you were
nose.
gonna you thought I was just gonna give her to you, didn't you?
I think you should have. I think they're a combo.
No, you guys aren't a duo. I'm taking half the duo. I'm taking the better half of the duo, and I'm keeping her.
So this is Ella's first All-Star game, and she's made tremendous strides this year. She's having a big year for Oxford Hills. So Lizzy, why'd you go with why'd you steal Sierra's teammate?
I don't want to watch their success carry over. I think me and Ella are gonna play really well together. And my guards that I have all lined up. And I mean, I think Ella knows Sierra better than anyone else. So I think she has a few secrets that'll like upset their team.
You guys were big to begin with before we even started making picks, and then you just got a little bit bigger with Ella too. So you guys got some size up front. So you get the next pick as well. So where are you gonna go with your next pick? You're gonna get a guard, you're gonna keep going big. What's the plan here?
I think I have a lot of size now.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with Audrey Mackey.
Wow. Okay. Chef. All right. So
Yeah.
Audrey Mackey of Oceanside, probably one of the best scoring guards in the state, right? She just gets it done. What is it about Audrey? Why'd you go there?
I mean, Audrey, she crossed a lot of milestones this year with her 1,000 points, 200 threes. Like, that's crazy. That's like something I've never even thought about in my life. I think I probably have like 10 threes in my entire career, maybe. And Chef, I mean, if she's on fire, then she's cooking. So I'd pick Chef all day long.
And she's probably like one of the more slept on players in the state, right? Like they went undefeated last year, they're undefeated this year. Obviously, Bailey gets a lot of the attention and a lot of the notoriety, but like Audrey just kind of goes under the radar, but she's really good.
Oh yeah, she's very consistent, and she's a great teammate. So I'm excited for Audrey again.
All right, Sierra, you got the next two picks. So
Oh,
couple girls off the board. Who are you gonna add to you and Addison? Who's the next pick?
I'm gonna go throw you for a loop, not going too big, but I'm gonna go Natalie Bowden.
Okay. So Natalie from Lewiston.
Yes.
Her second All-Star game. She had to play the game last year. She dropped somebody and nailed the three. The video kind of went viral a little bit on the big time circuit. But what is it about Natalie? She was hurt a little bit. Lewiston didn't quite have maybe as good of a year as maybe some people think, or would have thought going into the year. But you played them right, I think, twice during the regular season. And she's one of my favorite players. I think she could just flat out score and shoot the ball. So what is it about Natalie?
For sure. I also think she's a player that's like almost slept on a little bit. She just like, no matter what, like with her team, like playing her, she has to do so much and she can just create so much, especially like she's a shooter, but she's lengthy. So it's like hard to stop that shot. And with her size too, like she still brings some of it so she can rebound and all that. So I'm excited.
So you got shooters. You guys are long and athletic.
Yeah.
Both these teams are shaping up nice, and you get the next pick too, Sierra. So who are you gonna add to you, Addison, and Natalie?
Okay. I'm gonna go Anna Turgeon.
Ooh, okay. Also, Anna's second All-Star game. She had a big year for Falmouth. And they were without what's our girl? Let's go to Notre Dame.
Sloan.
They were out without Sloan last year, right?
That's the third person to our trio right there.
Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, she was hurt, didn't play all year, but Anna kind of carried things for that team. So what is it about Anna? And what does it say about the team you're kind of rounding out here? I kind of see like a certain type of player that you're going with.
Yeah, see, with all these girls, I really know them pretty well, but like obviously this year she's just done so well and improved. And I was with Sloan yesterday, and she was just like overall her shooting, just creating, because with hers too, with Sloan out, she's more of like has to do more. Yeah. So you could think of it like a team. They just could go into it thinking they just need to shut down one player, but she still drops like 30.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
it's some big scoring games this year.
Yeah. So I'm like, she can be like a slasher. She's also like versatile. She could go in or out, and she just always works hard. So I think still got like that little height, but not too big. But I think she could do a lot.
I like your squad. I like both squads so far. So Lizzy, that's another player off the board. You still have 2 more picks. You get the next 2, so you get to round out your starting 5. So, and actually, are you girls going to start? Like, are we drafting 5, or are we just going to draft 4? Are you girls going to start?
I think we should start so we can do the jump together.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So
I
we're
want to
gonna
meet Sierra in the circle.
all right,
I've
so we're-
only jumped once against Lizzy.
Could you imagine if I lost though? That'd be so embarrassing.
No, I know that one because they got a picture of it. I was pretty close.
You were like this far off.
She got a lot of ground to cover. It's a lot of ground to make up right there. So you get the next 2 picks. So you got you, Ella, and Audrey right now. Who else are you gonna add to Team Lizzy?
I'm gonna add Emmy Streams.
Okay, it's one of my favorite players in the state right there too, right here in Bangor. Heading to UMaine next year. What is it about Emmy?
I mean, Emmy might be one of the fastest people I know. She's an amazing defender. So Sierra, I'd probably like watch your back. Because Emmy's probably coming for you. And yeah, I just think she's so fast, and I think that's really gonna benefit us.
Yeah, so Sierra, you went up against Emmy twice this year.
Yeah.
What can you speak to Emmy?
Oh, she's so good. No matter what, defensively, obviously, so good. Just so quick, so she can get that position. And then offensively, even if she's not scoring, she creates so much to get her teammates open, and she finds them.
Yeah, and she's very, very unselfish, fun to watch. Like I said, one of my favorite players. But I'm gonna say this though, I went to the Bangor game when you guys were in town, right? And I was kind of wanting to see Emmy kind of lock you up and you guys go at it. But the thing that surprised me was your defensive versatility, because you covered Emmy in that game, and then you were guarding Abby at some point in that game. I mean, you just playing the passing lanes and just roaming, like you just a monster in your own right as well. So just wanted to put that out there. All right, so listen, it's you, Ella, Audrey, and Emmy. You got one more pick. You guys are pretty well rounded. You could pretty much go any direction you want at this point to round out your starting 5. Who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Hayden Medor.
Oh, okay. Hayden from Halldale. I'm guessing these are all girls you both play with too, right? You guys are probably familiar from playing summer ball, AAU ball. Any experience playing with Hayden, or you just know her?
Yeah, me and Hayden have played together since we were really little. We live like 5 minutes apart from each other, and she has a gym in her house that her parents let me use a lot, which is very nice. I've known Hayden forever, and she can shoot, she can play defense. So, and yeah, she's good. I think she slept on as well. In the next few years, like she's gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah, I agree. She's I think part of that she plays Class C. Maybe not getting the same attention as a lot of other players, but she's gonna get a chance to show it All-Star weekend when she's on the floor with the 20 best girls in the state. So one thing that I wouldn't say impressed, but I think it's cool is I saw you go to a lot of games this year. Like, you know, anyone who follows you on social media, like you're popping up at all your different friends' games, like covering some serious ground. Like, was there any distance that you wouldn't go, or like if you had a friend that had a big game, like you were going to be there this year?
I feel like I went to most people's games. I didn't make it to an Oxford Hills game actually.
That's out there though. That's a bit of a drive.
Yeah, that is quite the haul. But my mom is like super into watching these games as well. So like she's always going to them, and then she just invites me to go along. So that's the only reason I'm actually there.
She was like, Lizzy, you have to come.
Like Greg Levinsky like interviewed me at like Old Orchard Beach. He was like,
Yeah,
why are you all the way in Old Orchard? And I was like, it's a regular Tuesday night. Like this is what I do for fun.
Yeah. You catching any tournament games this week, or are you just worried about your games?
I spend all week at the Civic Center. I spent 5.5 hours there yesterday, just watching boys that didn't really matter to me.
Scouting for the wrong All-Star game yesterday. And I wonder like how much you girls actually like watch the tournament, because I know like growing up, like it was high school vacation, and it was like they used to be on TV back in the day, so it would just be like post up all day, watch all these games and stuff like that. Like you girls actually sitting around watching a ton of games all day. I know like Lizzy's going to the games in person. But how about you, Sierra?
Yeah, no, I watch as many as I can. Yesterday I went to one, and then me and Lauren are going to all the ones tomorrow. So I just love them. The energy when you go in, I like when I got into it yesterday, I was like, oh, I forgot about this. I'm gonna miss this so much next year. It's just the energy so different.
Yep,
It's just
great.
crazy.
And it feels like, we had the tournament last year post-COVID, and it was, kind of like back to normal, but I feel like this year, like especially like at the regular season games, like gyms are packed again, fans are coming out, and it feels like the tournament this year too, like just got a different energy to it. So it's been cool
Yeah.
to see. All right. So Team Lizzy, we got Ella, Audrey Mackey, Emmy Streams, Hayden Medore. That's a squad right there. Sierra, you get one more pick to go along with Addison, Natalie, Anna Turgeon. You get one more pick. Who are you gonna round out your starting five with?
I'm gonna run out with another one that's like a duo. I'm gonna go Abby Quinn.
Okay. So Abby's someone else that you saw a couple times this year and might
Yeah.
might see here this week in a playoff game potentially. What is it about Abby?
Also, like Lizzie said, she can know some things about Emmy, so then help me out there. And then obviously playing against her and just like talking about like Ella and Maddie who have guarded her, she's just well rounded. She's plays post. She really so hard to stop. Like she gets those rebounds, and then she can score. Honestly, she'll put up a fight against Lizzie.
I was gonna say, like you needed to get a bait to deal with Lizzie, at least somebody, right?
Yeah, and she's gonna lock her down easy.
Not Anna Turgeon. I gave Anna Turgeon 2 black eyes in 1 week.
She's gonna be like, no, I gotta stay.
At practice. Yeah, Anna's not gonna want anything to do with me.
Like, she honestly just put like pads on your elbows or something.
She only needed stitches once, so it was like
Something like that. Because
Yeah.
and like one thing about this game is like last year was the first time we had the game, but it was kind of different than most all-star games because like girls are going hard, they're going at each other. I don't know if it's the fact that we have underclassmen and like it's just a chance for you to be on the floor with everybody at the same time and a chance to kind of go at people. So it might get a little intense this year. Like the games last year were actually pretty intense for an all-star game. So I'm anxious to see if you girls bring it. Like you guys got to set the tone though. Like is that how it's gonna be? Are you coming out to like win this thing, or is there more so I'm just happy to be here? This is gonna
Just
be
to
fun.
go it.
my team's we're gonna like have the most energy there.
Nah.
I have Ella. Ella always has the most energy, no matter where you are.
Me and Addie too. Like, come on.
Also for
Ella by herself.
For extra motivation, we do things a little differently at the Big Time Hoops All-Star game. So the MVP of the game gets a free pair of sneakers from 207 Kicks. So like we put something on the line for whoever wants to show up and play well. So you might get yourself a nice new pair of J's or whatever you want. So a little added motivation there to play well.
But yeah, definitely puts the bar up a little bit.
Yeah, I was just telling my mom how I wanted a pair of $500 sneakers, and she was not going for it.
Well, it's a good chance. Just come out and get one of those patent triple doubles.
I
And,
gotta get those shoes.
yeah, you might get that award. So real quick, just looking back at the teams, how you guys feeling? Did it go how you thought it might? Did you guys get the players you want? Do we need to make any trades? What are we doing?
Trades.
See, I got into this. I was going between the rest I had set. It was between Addie and Ella. Because if you did
That
Addie,
was what I had too.
if you did Addie, I was gonna do Ella, and then I did Addie.
I was going into this thinking that I had the first round pick and I was gonna take Addie, but then I knew that you would take Ella, but I was like, she can have Ella. But then now that you took Addie, I was like, no, you don't get your little duo anymore.
Come on, we can't be separated.
So no trades. We're good to go here.
I'm gonna go.
Sarah, I think once you look at your team, like myself included, like I consider myself as like a lanky person. I think your team is gonna be like the longest team you've ever seen in your entire life. Your team has the longest arms I think I've ever seen.
Exactly. Long athletic, we can run or we can, yeah. I don't know. We can
I like it. Like both teams have like a unique look to it and a little bit of a different style of play. But I think looking at them real quickly, I think we're gonna have ourselves a good little game. So I think you guys did a good job. But I want to circle back to something. So you girls both asked me earlier if you girls were drafting the boys all-star teams, and I don't know why that would even, I don't know where you girls even thought of that, like why that even came up or why you would think that, but apparently you both did your homework. So I think for fun, we should just draft, we'll do that draft too. We'll just do it quickly. And you girls can draft the boys starting five for the all-star teams, and we'll just kind of compare it to what the actual teams look like. Because it sounded like you guys actually did some homework for this. So Sierra, you got the first pick. No, yeah, Sierra got the first pick in the
Sierra
girls.
got the first pick of the girls.
So Lizzy, you can have the first pick in the boys draft here. So we'll go through it kind of quick, but with the first pick in the boys draft, who would you have taken?
I would have picked Tegan.
Okay. Just
Okay.
straight up taking Oxford Hills players left and right from under.
Are you kidding me?
I'm a Viking at heart. I mean, what can I say? Like,
So what is it about Tegan?
I mean, just watching Tegan play, like you can see how much like energy and confidence he plays with. And I mean, he's just a great player. So I want him on my team. Not definitely don't want to play against him, that's for sure.
Yeah. And Sierra, you get to see him play probably more than most people because you guys are in the same school. Are we going to see like a double, like Oxford Hills boys and girls class AA state champs?
I think there's the potential for it, and that would be sick.
I think it'd be cool if it was Oxford Hills and Thornton Academy on both sides, boys and girls. That's what I want to see.
I know, it actually really could happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. But all right, so Sierra, with your first pick in the boys draft, who are you taking?
I'm gonna take Will Davies.
So Will Davies was one of our captains for the boys draft. And what is it about Will? Last year's All-Star Game MVP too, reigning MVP, Will Davies.
Yeah, I saw him play one time too. He's just very versatile as well. Can shoot, can get by, do that pull-up, or he can see it well and kick to his teammates.
He got a little swagger to him too. I like the way he plays it. One of my favorite players, carries himself a certain way. All right, so we'll continue the snake draft rules here. So Sierra, you get the next pick too.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go guard. I'll go Silvano.
Okay. And Silvano was actually the first pick in the boys draft. He was the first overall pick. What is it about Silvano? Silvano seems to be everybody's favorite player. Like all the players, when I ask them their favorite players, they all say Silvano. So what is it about Silvano?
It's crazy. Yeah, just hearing the boys talk about him too, they're just like easily best state. He just going to watch him the both times they've played. I didn't even, if I'm being honest, I didn't even know he played last year, but I saw him this year and I was like, who is this? He's just doing so good, creates what he can. I don't know. He's just doing so well overall.
And they play Oxford Hills, right? And aren't they playing in the summers? Yeah. So yeah, you get a chance to maybe see him up firsthand if you go watch the boys. So so you got Will Davies and Silvano. Going back to Lizzy. Who are you gonna add to Tegan?
I'm gonna add Brady Saunders.
Brady. What is it about Brady? Brady's also one of my favorite players too. Like he just the strides he's made and just the year he had this year. I don't think people expect the kind of leap he made. He's just been balling. So what is it about Brady that you like?
Well, I watched him last night. Got his 1,000th point, which is super cool. I mean, I can't imagine the stress going into a playoff game needing 12 points. Like that must be so stressful. I've watched him a few times throughout the season, and he's very impressive. He creates a lot of shots for himself and his teammates.
Yeah, very smooth, a smooth game. He's got a smooth game to him. So you get the next pick as well. So Tegan and Brady, and who else you want to add?
My next pick would probably be Madden White.
Madden Nokomis, who unfortunately got knocked out last night on a buzzer beater.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was very unfortunate.
Yeah, were you there for that?
Yeah, I was.
What was the TV broadcast doesn't really do justice in terms of what it sounds like in the gym? Like, was it loud in there?
I don't think Meso expected that to happen. Well, no one did, but I don't even like Meso didn't even have a student section or anything. I bet they wish they did because it was a crazy game. Yeah, the atmosphere was great. I was sitting like pretty far back, not really in the action, but yeah, it was it was a great game, which you would not expect from the 2-7 matchup.
Yeah.
But I think Madden played well, and he's played well all season. It's a little different energy than last year in the Nokomis gym, so he's
Right.
had to step up this year, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah. Madden's going to be in the All-Star game, and then also Merrick Smith, who hit the game winner last night, is going to be in the Rising Stars game. So Messo's going to be involved All-Star weekend as well. So you got Tegan Brady and Madden. We're going back to Sierra. You got Will Davies and Silvano. You get the next 2 picks. Who you want next?
I'm gonna go big and do Elliot Bouchard. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what is it about Elliot besides the fact that he's a bit of a monster? So yeah.
I don't know. I just think I need some size, and I haven't really ever seen him play, but he's got the size. I've seen him go crazy the dunks. I'm like, you can't go wrong with that.
And he's got some of the best hair in the state too. Like that haircut he's got is one of the best on the guy's side. All right, so you got Will, Silvano, and Elliott. So you got some great guards. You got a great big. You get the next pick as well.
Okay, I'm going to go. I don't know if I know his last name. Oh, okay, Remy.
Remy Joani.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So Remy missed some time with an injury early on, but he's been back for most of the season after a couple weeks out. What is it about Remy? Remy is also one of those guys too who preseason poll players are saying he's probably the best 2-way player, but he was in the running for best defensive player, best offensive player. So what is it about Remy that you like?
I completely agree with what you said too. And just watching, since our boys do play him, both games have been so close, and he just all around was a solid player. I was like, you can't go wrong with him.
I agree. Good pick. So you got Davies, Silvano, Elliott, and Remy, and then back to Lizzy. You get the next 2 picks to round out your 5. So you got Tegan, Brady, and Madden. Who's your next pick?
Yeah, honestly, those are my top 3. And I'm trying to think of any other boys basketball players that I actually know. Like in my head, I'm like, who have I even watched this season? I'm like drawing a blank big time right now.
Just grab somebody off the Gardner team.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I just tried to pull up the Mr. Maine basketball finalist. My phone is telling me I need a subscription. So guys, this might be the end of my line.
Already 3 picks in.
Yeah,
someone didn't do their homework.
I watch a lot of like Northern Maine, and I feel like I need to like think of like Southern Maine.
There's a lot of people I don't know.
Yeah,
you girls are kind of like deep into like the whole girls thing, so yeah, it's understandable that you don't know all the guys out there.
Yeah, we have a lot of focus in the girls' game.
Let me see. I'll name some names here, and you could tell me. Maybe you can grab one of them. So we got Cole Polkinen from Oxford Hill, still Chance Mercier, Youssef from Lewiston. Jalen
I'll
Jackson,
totally
Phil
take
Poe.
Chance Mercier. I'll totally take Chance
There you
Mercier.
go.
Damn, I was gonna go him, Lizzy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I saw the look on his face here.
Chance is a hooper. Chance been getting buckets all year. Great score. Yeah. So great pick there. You get the next pick too. So you had a chance. Who else we got? We still got
2 picks is so stressful.
yeah. Down there, you got Judd Armstrong, Ashton Clerk, Zach McLaughlin, Charlie Houghton.
Oh, that was my other pick with Zach McLaughlin. That's who I was forgetting. I knew I had 4. I don't know why I didn't think I had needed 5, but Zach was my other one.
Good pick. You got a bunch of buckets on your team right there. Just a bunch of guys that go get points. So that's solid. I mean, kind of struggled for those last couple picks, but your team wound up pretty nice.
Yeah, but Zach was in my little list, but I only had 4, and that was the one that I was missing in my head.
Yeah, Tegan, Brady, Madden, Chance, and Zach. That's a squad right there. And then Sarah, you got one more pick to go with Will, Silvano, Elliott, and Remy Joe.
Okay. I'll go Judd.
Okay. I think both these teams are pretty evenly matched. I got to be honest. Those might be better than the actual starting lineups that the boys picked. I think you girls might have picked better teams than the boys did. Yeah.
You did homework.
You guys did your homework. You guys could be some GMs for real. Yeah, so that's our draft. Like I said, by the time this comes out, we're gonna know who's going to states. Hopefully both you girls are going to states, but anything else you guys want to get off your chest before we get up out of here? I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about, throw out there. If you guys want to talk some shit to each other some more, whatever you guys want to do. Oh, Lizzy's done. Lizzy's out. Lizzy's out now.
That's so funny. She's like out.
She's out.
You scared her.
Yeah.
Team's good.
Any last words from you, Sierra? Like, are you taking that as a diss that she just signed out and bounced?
Yeah, I think I'm taking it as an easy dub because she's just scared.
We'll find out for sure. This is going to be good content once this comes out that she just quit like that. So
yeah, for real. That's so funny.
Shout out to Lizzy and Sierra for coming through for the girls All-Star Game draft. And we're going to announce the rest of the team shortly after this comes out. So we're going to break out the rest of the teams to make them a little fair. I think they're pretty evenly matched right now. So it's going to be a good time. Thank you, Sarah. I would say thank you to Lizzy, but she bounced. But thank you, Sierra. Best of luck this week.
Thank
the rest
you.
of the tournament. And hopefully that by the time this comes out, you're a Northern Maine champion getting ready for states.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much.
That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to stay tuned for announcements on game information, rosters, all that stuff's coming along. But we will see you next time with another big time episode of Big Time Hoops, the podcast.